Hey everybody, Scott from Samsar Guitars. Sorry it's been so long. I have been super busy, not only with woodshop stuff, but it's springtime and I'm an avid gardener and I have chickens and there is just so much work to do. I basically am running a homestead here and I do all the work myself. I just put electrical into some of the chicken coops and stuff that I have. Maybe one of these videos I'll kind of show you kind of what I have going on here. But anyway, I just haven't had any time to sit down and edit videos. I have a lot of footage, which is fortunate, but I kind of want to get caught up because April 24th is the day that I'm going to give Nicole Fiorentino and Luis Post their guitars, and I want to have these videos up to date until that point where I give them the instruments. So this video is going to deal with the binding, some of the inlay, and maybe some of the carving if it doesn't get too long. So anyway, that's where we're at. And I'm really going to sit down, since I'm really caught up with all my other outdoor projects right now, with getting you some more videos in pretty rapid succession. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, and here's the video. Enjoy. So there's a few little gaps, as you can see on here. Not a real big deal, mostly because it's not 100%. It wasn't straight, but that is not a big deal at all. Tiny little things I'm gonna fill. So what I'm doing is, and I usually do this with all my projects because I'm a knucklehead, as you can see, I'm getting myself some Purple Heart sawdust, and I'm using a pretty fine sandpaper, and I'm going through and I'm going to make my own wood putty, and this is going to be the same color and it will fill in all those gaps, and you'll never ever be able to see my crime. No one will ever know I didn't think this through. So what I'm doing is I'm got a little bit of wax paper right here, and I just do some sanding and some collection. And what I'm going to do, I think that's going to be enough for right now. I'm actually going to keep a little to the side just in case I need to mix up another batch. Or I'll have it. It's like the secret sauce. There, I'm gonna go with that for now. And I'm gonna get my old popsicle stick, some of the glue, and I hope that the camera's on right here. And I'm gonna start with that right there. Mix it on up. I'll probably need some more glue. Definitely. This is actually quite a bit that I'm making. So I'm using wood glue for this because, oops, some of my hard work just went spilling out. Because you can also do this with super glue, but I find that the super glue makes it darker, and the wood glue matches it way better. So there we go. That's pretty much what we want right there. So see, purple putty, perfect for filling some tiny little gaps. See what I'm saying? So probably most of the people watching know this, but there might be some of you that don't. So check that out. How nice is that? It's like my own custom wood putty. Gotta mix it up, make sure it's mixed up right. And I'll probably in some cases use a toothpick to apply, and it's got to be a little thick where I'm putting it because it does shrink, so be careful, because then you're kind of back to square one where you were. So check out this little thing my uncle gave me. Ha ha! Pretty cool, huh? So anyway, I got all the gadgets. So what I'm gonna do is grab a little bit of that
and smear it on in. Just like that. So it doesn't need to look beautiful right now because I am going to sand it down flush, and it's only going to really show up in the gaps, which is what I want, because everything else is going to be on the outside. So anyway, boy, I got a bunch of gaps right there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but that's my little insurance policy right there. So that'll look great. So anyway, that's my trick. I'm going to go ahead and do all this, and I'll show you what it looks like after I sand it. Look at that. There was some patching right there. It's not totally down yet, but this is what it looked like before. How cool is that? Let's see what happens here, huh? There were little tiny gaps. Look at that. I mean, you can't even see it. The knucklehead fixer. Let me turn this way here. Hopefully I'm getting this on the camera. I mean, can you see any gaps? Wow. That's what I'm saying. That's unbelievable. I mean, I believe it, but look at that. I can still see a little bit right here, but I'm not down all the way. But oh my god, those colors are beautiful. Look at that purple. That's badass. So yeah, I still have to get underneath there. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Wow, this is going to be gorgeous. Unbelievable. So I just sanded down till almost the surface. I'm gonna wait because I still have to do the inlay and then once I finish the inlay, get that sanded down, then I'll do a final sanding for everything. But I stopped, as you'll see by the end right here, because I have this piece of the yellow. I have a piece of the yellow heart, and I bent it yesterday using the ammonia and heat trick, and that is going to go on the end here. So as you can see, oops, that's going to go on the end. It's going to look really cool. I've never really seen binding on the end, but I thought that would be really cool to finish it, don't you?
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attach this, and I didn't sand down the very last part of this because I still have sanding here. Obviously, once this is secure, I'm trying to kind of figure out how I'm gonna clamp it on there. It's kind of a weird position, but I'm gonna cut it, get it clamped on there, and glue it, and we'll get it sanded down. And then once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the inlays in here. And like I said, I'm just gonna do dots. I might go ahead and put them on right above the 12th fret, put them on this side, and then when it gets below the 12th fret, put them down on this side. Put them down, sorry. Let me back up a little bit. I might go ahead and, when they're above the 12th fret, put them on this side, and then below the 12th fret, put them on this side. I think that'd be kind of fun. But we'll see. I might just kind of be boring too. I'm not obviously going to do the trapezoids. And also, I'm thinking, why does this have to have the same inlay as the other guitar? It could probably be closer to what Nicole's used to anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, because I mean, who knows, that could like mess her up when she's playing, so I don't want to do that. Of course, the nut is gonna go right here, so it's gonna be a brass nut. So that's gonna go right there. How's that? So yeah, that's gonna be fun, huh? That's the same nut that I have on Luis's guitar, the SG style. It's actually an SG 1000 style from Yamaha with my own kind of design mods. But yeah, brass nut. How cool is that gonna be? Rock and roll, baby. So I just had a brilliant idea. This is my logo. It's I burned the logo in there. On some of them, I have water slides for others, but I put this on my drill press, so that way I can get it nice and even in the right spot. What do you think? I think it needs to come over just a hair. It's almost perfect. Just another smidge. It's hard to do with one hand. I think that's gonna be it. No. Just another little smidge here. I think that's it, right there. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna heat it up. Because that's got to go on, because I have got to, see, I drilled all of these markers here. And that's gonna get that gold epoxy. But so is this. So... oh yeah, baby. Let me go upside down. I don't even have to hold it. What was that? It only took me a year to figure this out. Let's do it. Here we go. Boom! Samsara guitars. So I'm all set up here for, I have the logo already burned, but I want it to be deeper. So I have my little Dremel set up.
forget what this thing's called, but it's super cool. Got this little stand here. I don't know if you can see it here. Hang the Dremel here and have it down there, and I can get like tiny detail with this thing. So let me put my glasses on. There we go. Now I can actually see. So what I'm gonna do is just get with this attachment, I'm just gonna kind of outline everything, and then I'm gonna go in with this tiny little thing here and then get a little bit of depth. But first I need to get a nice outline, and then after that's done, after I get it, I don't know, a couple of millimeters deep, I can fill it with epoxy. And then once that's dry, a very careful sanding, and then a final sanding for the whole thing. And there's the logo. So, and I'm gonna do the same thing on Luis's guitar because I kind of sanded a little too much. Wanted to go ahead and clamp it down. It moving would not be good. Yay! I'm not gonna make you watch the whole thing, but that's how it's gonna go. So, using this My Spring Royal Gold, I am not sponsored. I just think it's really cool. I have another one, a pearl one, that I haven't really used much, but so I have equal parts of the two different types of epoxy. And I'm just going to stir this in there, see? There we go. Beautiful. Make sure it's nice and... How beautiful is that? Wow. Just looks even better when it's like that. Just want to stir it up really good. It's a little streaky anyway. That's sort of the nature of the way the light picks that stuff up. But as you can see, it's super mixed. So what I'm going to do is do my best to drip it on in there. And I know the first time I did this, I didn't get enough in there. So let me see something here. I feel like that didn't go in all the way. So there. That's what we want. Just gonna have to make sure it's plugged in there all the way. All you need is a tiny little drop in there. Make sure it gets in there. There, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to do it all these. I don't know if this thing is going to turn off or what, but guarantee it's going to be the same process every time. There we go. Now I'm heaping it a little bit on top. It's like I said, the first time I ever did this stuff shrunk, and I ended up having to sand away way too much of the fretboard. It was like literally the first time I'd ever done anything like this. So better to have a little tiny too much than not enough, because yeah, it will surprisingly go down quite a bit. Well, I need more there.
chrome, baby. There we go. There we go. Make sure these are down. As you'll see, you can see the side there. I haven't sanded down the entire thing yet. Because of this, I'm going to take a Dremel and spot sand these, and then I'll do the whole thing with the radius sander. Oops. I don't want to have too much in there either, but yeah, I'm just going to spot sand it with the Dremel and a little tiny little attachment until it's almost flush with the fresh fretboard. And then I'll use my radius sander and do it by hand to get it the rest of the way, including the sides. So, and then after that's done, I will finish it. As far as getting I do a gloss poly on my fretboard, because I think this, I mean, I guess some people think it looks cool, and it does, but I think a glossy fretboard is cool, especially because it just gets really dark too, a really dark black, and that's what I want. I want that absolute contrast, and it feels great too. It's like, I really love maple fretboards because of that finish on there. I just love it. That's me. You know, some people might not. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing here. And I'm not using ebony because it's endangered. And this rich light is really cool. It's a little hard to work with. In fact, it is super, super hard. And it dulled my Stumac fret saw blade horribly. So, anyway, I'm down here to the last one, and this is the same stuff that's going to go in the logo as well. But what I need to do is I need to take the Dremel and make that a little deeper, and then I'm going to use this. But I'm going to do that at a later date because I still need to do some sanding here. And that'll be kind of the last thing I do, just about. I mean, I do need to do the sanding, so I need to fill that and then do the final sanding. And that's kind of why I'm doing it right now. So everything's flush. So there, that's it. So now I just wait overnight for that to dry. I made way too much, what a waste. Ow!
So I have this all basically filled in with the epoxy, and now I'm gonna sand it. So here we go. I'll probably speed this up, but I gotta be real careful with this because this is almost, it's not on final sanding, but I don't want to go down too far. I just want to hit this. Of course, people are starting to blow me up as I'm doing this.
Those eyes burn with evil.
Well, that's cool. Very rustic. It's exactly what I want. Haha! I love how the burning has kind of spread out a little bit. I don't know if that's all going to stay on there after I finish sanding all this, but anyway, yeah, it looks pretty cool. So for my next trick, this is a brass tube, and since the whole theme of this guitar is kind of gold, brass, you know, that type of thing, including these Okay. I get what you're saying. What the heck neck is that? Well, I don't know if you remember, if you've been following this. Back in January, I discovered that the neck that I was originally crafting it just twisted. It bent. It was a tragedy of epic proportions. And I was at the crossroads of, am I going to try to fix this? Or should I just start over? And I chose to start over. So the neck you've been watching in this video and previously has all been the second video, the second neck that, but I still have some footage from the original that there was no point in redoing, either recreating some of the materials like what I'm just about to show you, or anything like that. So anyway, that's what this is. As you see by this neck, the inlay is totally different too, and it had already been finished, and that's where this neck is going to be. But I didn't attempt that inlay again just because it wasn't perfect. It wasn't awful, but it just wasn't really where I wanted it to be. So anyway, I chose a simpler, kind of more classic look for the new neck. Anyway, just wanted to interject really quick here, so now back to the video. I thought it would be really cool on this side to have dots, side dots made of brass, with something cool in the center. I'm not going to say until it's all done, but that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so I'm gonna make my secret sauce glow-in-the-dark powder. I don't know if you can see that. See that? So that's the glow-in-the-dark powder. I think you guys can see that. It's already glowing, but whoa, let's not make a mess. What I'm gonna do, let me mix this epoxy first. Don't really need that much, just need 50-50 of each one of these. 5 grams basically of that. 5 grams of the first one basically. So if I can get this to 10.4, that'll be perfect, won't it? There it is. Look at that. Can't get much more perfect than that. So those are done, and so now I'm gonna hit it with some powder. Just kind of an arbitrary amount. That should be plenty right there. And I'm gonna take a popsicle stick, stir it up and see where we're at. This is my top secret blend. Don't tell anybody, please. I'm basing my entire future on this. Just get the lumps out. Let's go into a dark area and see if we can see what's up. Here, let me charge it a little bit more. This is so fun. There, oh, I can already see it. It's got to be charged up. Oh yeah. See what I'm talking about here? Glow in the dark powder. It's that easy. I barely even charged it up either. So, sorry, Luminlay. I'm not paying those prices. So, and if you want to use Luminlay, go right ahead. I'm not saying I'll never use it again. If somebody really, really wants it, but as far as my budget, no. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah. So, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try this. I think that's how I did it last time. Maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. Now, of course, these are going to get cut off.